Hello. Sorry for the relatively late stream today. I was working on the other video, and that laptop of mine is being a pain in the ass. It's inevitable. It's about to die, but pretty soon, as soon as the shipping box that they're sending me will get in, I'll send this out to get fixed. But yeah, it was a pain in the ass trying to get this to actually like work today. Anyways, let's get started. I believe today should be the social aspect of it, and this is gonna be kind of weird because we're gonna be using going off of memory, FGO, how she interacts with people in FGO, just to mix things up a little bit. All right. Let's give ourselves like 20 to 30 minutes worth of work today, because I actually do need to do the other stream later. So right now I'm juggling getting that video released, this, and sprite animation. So I'm keeping myself relatively busy. As usual, don't drink unless you're an adult. All right, let's see. Social aspect of it. I believe this is section 5, I think. Okay. The social aspect of Lily. Okay. I know this is kind of pushing it a little bit, but when it comes to like being social, Saber isn't like the most social person. Let's say that. Saber is like strictly just straight to business. Mm. This is really kind of pushing it. It's not bad, but yeah, I'm kind of getting to that gray area. So, all right, FGO. All right, let's try to remember this. It has been a bit. Hmm. God, it's so late today. It's not late. It's just I normally don't stream. I don't normally don't have my first stream at almost 7 o'clock. Stuff just happened. No, it's mostly because I was working primarily on that other video. It's 7 minutes out of 21 minutes. We're getting there, but it's being a pain in the ass just because of time. She didn't speak with an authoritative tone. Oh, someone. Now that I think about it, certain characters got. I'll keep my thoughts to myself. People don't like when I give my opinions. I'll never forget that. Damn, my whole entire channel shifted from me yapping to me literally only showing myself during these streams right here. It's better that I don't give my own personal opinions. We'll just keep the videos as clean as possible. Over here, it's fair game, but I'm not gonna go that crazy. Grateful to be acknowledged. Hmm. Lily and FGO. Lily and FGO. Lily and FGO. I gotta. All right, we'll write this down and I'll confirm it later just in case. 'Cause I believe it's correct. It's just, again, it's just been a bit since the last FGO. I like my phone's health, my phone's battery level. Thanks, others. I believe she does admit her shortcomings. That's 1M, isn't it? It's 1M. Yeah, shortcomings. She admits her shortcomings. Actually, it's her shortcomings. What the fuck? You are not the same. You're not my RE2. Don't mind me. Openness in FGO. See. Something I want to do something here. Off topic, but the more I think about FGO, the more I realize, like, damn, they really did not. It took. Jalter really did not have a lot of animations. That's totally off topic, but that was just something that just bothered me back then. Oh, FGO, you funny. Her openness and FGO shouldn't be seen as a weakness. It's a reflection. Hmm. I'm gonna do a very weird take. Again, I'm not throwing shade at Saber, not at all, but obviously Saber has her own issues, and Lily should be again seen just as Saber at a blank slate. It's reflection of someone. This is such a weird who views leadership through relationships. This is gonna be such a weird take. Relationships rather than command. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. That's gonna be weird. It's fine. It's fine. The command. All right. Let me just read this. Okay. Lily, unlike her future self, is solely personable. Artoria, burdened by the hardships of her life, built an emotional wall to help shield her inner turmoil. Lily, as represented in Fate Granddaughter, is a humble character. She doesn't speak with an authoritative tone, but as someone grateful to be acknowledged. She thanks others openly and admits her shortcomings. Her openness and FGO shouldn't be seen as a weakness. It is a reflection of someone who views leadership through relationships rather than command. Oh, ho, 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 ho. That's good. This could be that's a can of worms right there. This because that makes it. I don't. Maybe I can throw a little bit of IRL here, but yeah, yeah, I could, I guess. I'd rather have my commanding officer be a personable person who I can actually talk to instead of just being that guy who just rules and just doesn't have a relationship with his underlings or subordinates. So Lily, in a sense, is personable, even though we all know who she's open to. Unlike pre-Fate Stay Night Saber, who, as we've seen, is pretty much a robot. In that quote, personality-wise. Again, shoutouts to Mordred. I gotta keep on mentioning Mordred because that's a terrible, terrible thing that happened there. Granted, there was no relationship. Ah, you're in luck. You're in luck. In 15 minutes, I'm swapping over to Golden Sun. I just needed to get this out of the way. But no worries. That's why we do these streams for VODs. But yeah, I actually wanted to start this up. No worries. I just need to get this paragraph out of the way. I'm swapping over to Golden Sun soon. Because there's a lot of things I have to do tonight, and I started streaming very late because of work. Work has been annoying because we're getting deployed soon, so they're just keeping us very, very, very busy. So I started this very late because normally I get this out of the way first, then I go to Golden Sun. But I worked off stream on that today, so yeah. It's just because it's 7 o'clock my time. I'm usually in bed by at least 10 o'clock. All right, so I'm gonna finish this up in like 10 minutes. Then I should be good to go for that because I need to get at least 2 hours of work on that tonight. So let me just finish this up real quick. Lily, unlike her future self, is fully personable. Artoria, burdened by the hardships of her life, built an emotional wall that helped shield her inner turmoil. Lily, as represented in Fate Grand Order, is a humble character. She doesn't speak with an authoritative tone, but is someone grateful to be acknowledged. She thanks others openly and admits her shortcomings. Her openness and FGO shouldn't be seen as a weakness. It is a reflection of someone who views leadership through relationships rather than command. And that's the thing. It's like, I don't mind FGO as a game, but I like my battery life. Because it just kills your battery, but characters like Lily over here, who ends up becoming Saber, but they're more she's more fleshed out in Fate Grand Order. Like you actually get to know her personality. All right. But yeah, Golden Sun's just been keeping me so busy lately. But it's fine. Like it's been very very fun. So at least try to dedicate at least 2 hours to that. 30 minutes to script writing, and if I need to release a video, I'll do that. Okay. Let's see. Her openness in FGO shouldn't be seen as a weakness. It's a reflection of someone who views leadership through relationships rather than command. This is what makes her approachable. Like even in anime, like characters that are in an authoritative place are they're very hard to talk to. So Saber, during her rule, again, I wouldn't say she ruled with an iron fist, but she she didn't rule with an iron fist. She was just there was no emotion there. Like she fit the role as the ruler perfectly. So it is a reflection of someone who views leadership through relationships. So this is what makes her approachable. Approachable. This is what makes her approachable. Approachable. This is what makes her approachable. All right, I got like 10 more minutes left because it is getting kind of late. So we'll do this. I'll take like another 10-minute break, get started on Golden Sun. We'll wrap things up by 9 o'clock. So it's 7 o'clock right now. By 7:10, I want to be done with this. This is what makes her approachable. This layer of character. And as I mentioned before, I like Fate. I do like Fate. I don't mind Fate when it comes to Typhoon. It's just the thing with Fate Stay Night nowadays, it's so super mainstream. They're always introducing new stuff to the lore. It's so hard to keep up, especially someone in my position, which back in the day when I was full blown straight up weeb mode, sure, like I was straight up to date, but responsibilities, growing up, all that fun stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of, I can't really keep up with stuff. So I have my own lore in my head, but I definitely have to get up to times. Get up with the times, old man. This layer of character reveals the delicate, not even delicate. It reveals the tension of early leadership. And I mentioned this before in the earlier paragraph. What if Saber maintained not her immaturity as Lily? What if Saber was more like not level-headed, more personable in her leadership? Maybe the whole Mordred situation would have been handled a lot better. All right, that you need to stop there, Resident Evil. You definitely need to stop there. Lily is FGO is good because again we see characters being fleshed out more. So in a sense, Lily should be seen as a novice. So she's learning as we the master and FGO progress. So Lily is okay. Hmm. Her growth. Jeez. To be seen as a foreshadowing of yourself. Figure. Figure. Damn it. Why do I want to wear this? Figure who has resolves, but also carries burden. I always have to keep on checking my phone just because, as I always mention, even though I'm off duty, I'm always on duty. Figure who has resolve, but also carries burden. Who also carries burdens alone. For Lily, social bonds. For Lily, social bonds, social bonds, social bonds, social bonds become foundation. The foundation. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. There are times where, like earlier, like, oh, you guys go fuck off. You guys are on standby. I get all right, cool. Let me go do. Let me do some off-stream work on the sprite animation. Nah, you gotta go back to work. Damn. Yeah, it is what it is, but it keeps me busy. Like whenever I get free time, I'm always just doing like off-stream work. Like there was a lot of stuff I had to do earlier. I had to work on a video, work on the sprite animation, do further research on this. It's a lot of stuff, but it keeps me busy, so I'm not complaining. Like we got long days, but once we have time off, we just have to make the best of it. All right, so let's see. But definitely what's been tiring for the past couple of days is these like 4-hour streams I've been doing for the sprite animation. Like the other day, I'm like, damn, I really have to finish this one little thing up. And it took 4 hours to finish up, and I was pretty pissed off about it, but it came out good in my opinion. Then last night, I'm like, oh, let's start this up. Oh shit, wow, this is a little bit more complicated than I thought it was gonna be. It's still complicated. To the point I had to work on it during my lunch break earlier. But it's all good. Alright, so for Lily, social bonds become the foundation. Become the foundation. For her future role as ruler. As ruler. One that demands sacrifice, responsibility. I don't really have to talk about the social aspect of it anymore because again, it's just when she was first introduced in as soon as she was introduced in Fate Unlimited Clothes as a palette swap, she literally just was a palette swap. She was just literally Saber's wearing a dress. People who actually knew who she was, like, oh, hey, look, it's Saber Lily. But for the new age person, it's like, oh, who is this person? FGO is good because again, it gave characters that didn't have like a lot of like backstory, more backstory. But again, like the person in my position is, I care about my battery life, so I don't play FGO no. All right, one that demands sacrifice, responsibility, and isolation. All right, so let's read this. Short and sweet. All right, so Lily, unlike her future self, is fully personable. Artoria, burdened by the hardships of her life, built an emotional wall that helped shield her from her inner turmoil. Lily, as represented in Fate Granddaughter, is a humble character. She doesn't speak with an authoritative tone, but as someone grateful to be acknowledged. She thanks others openly and admits her shortcomings. Her openness in FGO shouldn't be seen as a weakness. It is a reflection of someone who views leadership through relationships, rather than command. This is what makes her approachable. This layer of character reveals the tension of early leadership. Lily is learning through the actions of her master how to guide others, not just with care, but with authority. Always proofread your stuff. Her growth in FGO should be seen as foreshadowing. Seen as a foreshadowing to her future self. A figure who has resolve, but also carries burden alone. Jesus Christ. For Lily, social bonds become the foundation of her future role. Wow, I actually wrote role as ruler. One that demands sacrifice, responsibility. In the case of Artoria, isolation. All right, cool. Pretty straightforward. We didn't really need to go that much detail because again, it's just regurgitated information at this point. But good. All right, so we got a paragraph done, passage. So tomorrow, what are we working on tomorrow? Let me look at my outline real quick. Let me bring that up. I think, let's see. Going off of my outline, we have. God, there's so much stuff here. So we just finished up the social aspect of it. Now we got to talk about her heroic identity. Okay, cool. All right. So let's wrap this up. Good stuff. I will be back in 5 minutes with my sprite animation stream for like an hour and a half. Then we'll wrap things up for tonight. So I will see people in the sprite animation stream in like 5 minutes. Bye bye.